What's up, y'all? Got a banger from Men Only. Let's get straight into it.
I'm 34. I'll be 35.
Damn!
I have a
She look like she's 40.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Why does she? Like, I'm 33. I feel like I don't look that old, do I? Let me know in the comments. Do I look that old?
good job. I have a good career. I'm a kind, loving person. I'm a good friend. I buy shit for myself. I moved to LA 11 years ago.
Ooh, there's your
and
problem.
I have not asked anyone for a single thing in my life. I worked for everything that I have.
So did we.
And
Welcome to adulthood.
At relationships. I really don't know.
Let me tell you why. It's all the I, me, my. If we go back 10 seconds, everything you just said is about yourself. Narcissism, selfishness.
Buy shit for myself. I moved to LA 11 years ago, and I have not asked anyone for a single thing in my life. I worked for everything that I have, and I'm failing at relationships. I really don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I so scary?
The good thing is that it's probably your personality in one way or another. So let's see if this unfolds and see if we can diagnose her problem and maybe help her out.
But yeah, I've succeeded in many areas of my life, but relationships are really not happening for me. So at this point, I'm just thinking that, you know what, maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm just
That's okay.
meant to be
Alone.
by myself.
Why is that so hard for people to understand?
Oh, soulmate, love of my life,
Oh,
my best
God.
friend, whatever.
Soulmate.
Man who's not.
So I'm 34, 35 years old talking about a soulmate. Honey, come on. It doesn't work like that. We're not in middle school anymore.
Okay with me talking about my feelings or how I feel or asking questions or making plans or thinking about future. I don't want a man who's scared of all that.
See, it's the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's the FUD, right? All she's thinking about is the negative sides of a relationship and the negative things that a man would bring to the table if he's not emotionally hearing her out. As you should be looking at the positive things. I believe that where you put your focus, life manifests itself. If you focus on the negative things, you're going to have negative outcomes, right? What you put in is what you get out. If you're always focusing on positive things, more than likely positive things are going to come out of that. You have to speak this stuff into existence and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out there and be the best version of myself. So in the hopes that a man sees me, we are attracted to each other and we can build a flourishing relationship together. As opposed to her, I don't want a man that doesn't hear me out and that doesn't do this. It's her limiting beliefs that's keeping her single.
And I don't think men who are not scared of that exist.
Talking about men that are scared of stuff. We ain't scared of you, honey. You're in the danger zone. What are you talking about us being scared?
So, girlies out there who have a man like that,
You better hold on to him.
just cherish them.
Yeah.
And, thank them for all of us single ladies out here struggling with the current dating reality.
Ooh, is that a tattoo sleeve? Red flag number 1.
Yeah, tell them they're rare. And hopefully your kids will.
That's another thing she did. She moved to LA. LA, I don't know if you guys have ever, let me know in the comments. Have you guys ever been to California? Have you ever been to LA? It's one of the most superficial, snotty, like hoity-toity, posh places I've ever been. Like for example, dude, I went with a buddy of mine, and we went to a gas station to get gas. Ripley's, believe it or not. Anyways, there's a girl in front of us. She pays. She leaves her debit card on the counter. We walk up. We see her debit card. We grab it, and we go, hey, ma'am. Hey, excuse me. We had to ask her 3 or 4 times before she turned around. And eventually my buddy was like, hey, we're not trying to holler at you. You forgot your debit card. And she finally turned around and she just took the card. Didn't even say thank you. And I was like, what? This is weird. Another time we were at a froyo place and we're going to get froyo. I mean, clearly, duh. Anyways, I hold the door open for someone, and she goes, are you guys in line? And I go, no, ma'am. She goes, do not call me ma'am. I am not an old grandma. And I was like, baby girl, I'm from the South. That's just what we say around here. I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. That's what I say. But I was like, and when we walked out, I was like, have a great day, ma'am. But I couldn't believe it. She was so rude for no reason.
We'll have their dad's character, and the next generations of women will be like you. I don't know what else to say.
It's not about luck, honey.
Who knows?
I mean, you're mid.
First off, let's talk about the wall.
First off, let's talk about the wall. I mean, she's mid. Like, dude, she's average. Let's keep it a buck. She's average, and it's okay to go out there and attract another average guy. But I almost biggity bet you, if you ask her, rate yourself out of 1 to 10, fresh face out of the shower, she'd give herself a straight flat out 9 when she looks like she's from Shark Tales.
Shots fired! Shots
It's like,
fired!
honey, you're not all that in a bag of potato chips.
Connection, it's time to reassess and maybe lower those sky-high standards.
Exactly.
So I've been casually dating this guy for the past 3 months, and we live across the country from each other. I live in
Okay,
Rhode
long
Island.
distance relationships, stop it. They are so
Stupid.
Stop doing long distance.
And he lives in California. We met around Christmas when we were both home for the holidays, and we clicked, and we have been pretty consistently talking since then, like 7-hour FaceTimes. Very much both are not in a place where we're looking for a committed relationship. We weren't really looking.
You can't make this stuff up. 7-hour FaceTimes, but we're both in the place where we're not looking for a relationship.
Damn!
Do you realize how
Stupid.
that sounds? You're spending all this time talking to this man, trying to build a relationship, and both of y'all don't want a relationship. Why are you even entertaining this? It's so dumb to me.
For anything, but lo and behold, something seemed like it was there between us. So we can.
Women like this, they fall in love with the potential of a man. Even though he says, I don't want a relationship, she will fall in love with that potential of, I can change him. This is stupid. Please stop it.
Continue talking, and he kept saying, like, are you actually going to come out and visit? Are you actually going to come out and visit? So I go to book the flight. He's like, oh, I feel like I need to like get a grip on what I'm saying. So he's like, I feel like I just don't want to send the wrong message. And I was like, no, we are completely on the same page. Like, we're getting to know each other. If maybe someday down the road this turns into something, fine. If not, fine. Just very casually dating. So I ended up booking the flight.
Blowing your back to bits. She was cool with that.
This past weekend, I go and visit him.
Realigning your spine, essentially.
I had a great time. Couple bumps in the road, but I felt like we hadn't spent a ton of time in person, like literally one date. So I kind of anticipated, obviously, being like a little bit awkward at some times, but overall, I thought it went super well. We seemed to really click. There were a couple hard conversations we had to have, and I felt like we both were very much on the same page and spoke like adults to each other. Like it didn't seem contentious at all. It seemed very healthy. It seemed like very healthy communication.
Okay.
So
what's the problem, Rebecca?
then comes the time that I'm leaving. Like, mind you, we've been like cuddling intertwined, like going for hikes, like intertwined, like making out on like the blanket in a park. Like
he is realigning her spine. Honey, call it like it is. You guys are bucking. Cuddling, hiking, he's bucking you. And the thing is, dude, if you fly out to go, or if a girl flies out to go see you, you're in your bag, bud. You're going to be hitting. You're going to be hitting and splitting. You're going to be splitting those legs like Moses did the Red Sea, buddy. If she's flying to you, it's a wrap. Come on, we know what you was doing.
his favorite place in the city, like just very intimate things. But still, I was like, no, like I am very happy with the way things are right now.
Of course.
I'm really enjoying getting to know you, but I'm not looking for a serious committed relationship.
I just flew across the country for you. Stupid.
He is self-admittedly a huge overthinker. So the next day, or no, the same day, I'm getting on a red eye to fly back home. And I was like, so like, you know, he's getting all in his head. And I was like, well, like there's a couple things we can do. We can just continue with the way things are, getting to know each other, or we can stop. Like this can be it. This could be just like a fun little couple month fling that we had, whatever. And he was like, well, no, I don't want to stop talking to you. Like, I don't want to not know you. And I was like, okay, like, great. Then I think we're on the same page. We'll just continue going. And he's, you know, said a ton of really nice things about me, blah, 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 whatever. Drops me off the airport, gives me a kiss. And I was like, we'll see if
This man is finessing you, honey. You can, like, dude, I've done this before. Had a girl fly out, you realign her spine, you send her back home. Baby, I don't want to lose you, because the thing is, guys, when we're single, we like to have options. It's always like Baskin Robbins. I want to have my 31 flavors. Like, why would I give up on you? He's like, I'm bagging you. You're in another state, so you're never going to meet the girls that I'm bagging here. And then when I want to, I'll just tell the other girls I'm busy, and then I'll have you come out and I'll blow your back out. It's a dub-dub. It's a win-win. Like, why would you not want to keep that? That's a referral. That's good business.
I actually hear from this guy. I get to my gate. He texts me. Like, kissy faces, I hope you have sweet dreams. Like, text me when you land. And I was like, okay.
She getting played.
Perfect. Well, we're continuing on. I land. On my layover, my grandma dies.
Oof.
I am, like, I haven't unpacked my suitcase. Like, I go right to my family's house. Like, things are just chaos. And, like, he seems a little bit absent, but I'm not really paying that much attention to it because, like, obviously things are chaotic in my own life. And I'm sure he's processing things in his own way. Last night he FaceTimes me, and well, I FaceTime him, he FaceTimed me back. I just wanted to talk. It was my first night back at home. I was feeling like really sad. I had been crying like all week from everything with my grandma.
Where's the part of the story where you get to the point? Just rambling on. Ladies, you want to be able to tell a better story? Begin with the end in mind. It's that simple. Get to the point.
And so he talks to me for like 45 minutes. He's asking about my grandma. He's telling me about his grandma. He's asking about my friends, like telling me about his friends. And then he says, can you tell I'm thinking about something? And I was like, what are you thinking about?
Those back shots.
And I knew.
The back shots.
He let his overthinking get the best of him, and it's hard because everybody's feelings are valid, but essentially what he said was that on the top of this hike he just did, he realized some things that he needs to work out in himself, and that he can't be a good...
It's the good old, it's me, not you. Oh, you gotta love it. Well played, sir. Well played.
He can't be taking time and energy away from himself to give it to me right now. And that he can't do it with his friends either. This
is why it's so good to get with these like hippie, like crystal girls, the zodiac girls, is because like you can feed them that same dumb crap that they're used to talking about. Everyone's feelings are valid. I understand. Like you can feed that back to them and they can't argue with it because you're like, well, that's kind of my logic. So I get it. Like he did a great job on reading her, convinced her to fly out, realigned her spine, sent her back home, smack on the butt, and then was like, you know what? I really just need some more me time. This man is a win. He's pulling a dub. He is up one. City boys. And that he needs to take a step back. Love it.
And he is aware that this is bad timing. I was like, this is quite literally horrific timing. I took a red eye away from this trip, seeing you, found out my grandma died, went straight into planning a funeral, and now you're telling me that you don't want to talk to me anymore. After me giving you multiple chances last weekend to have an out. And in this conversation, he's like, you're so amazing. Like, this has nothing to do with you. And I'm like, well, I know it has nothing to do with me because you're an overthinker and you've overthought this entire scenario and you've gotten in.
Man, here's a good one, guys. You want to get into the same scenario as this. It's awful, but it works. When a girl's like, what are we? Be like, we're really good friends. We're having a great time. Do you not have a good time with me? You start the gaslighting a little bit. Oh, no, I'm having a great time with you. It's like, well, I just want to know, like, what are we? Hey, I understand that you feel that way, but here's the thing. Once expectations get set and then those expectations don't get met, people get upset. So why can't we just go with the flow? Don't you have a good time with me? Oh, I have a great time with you. Then let's just keep having a good time together. Is that okay? And if it blossoms into more, let's get to know each other a little bit more. Is that fair? oh, that's fair. And then that's how you can avoid dating these girls. This is horrible. I'm putting y'all on serious game, though. This is what I was doing in college, hardcore. Because there's a lot of girls that just, they want to cuff up so bad. And you're like, I don't want to cuff up. I'm still trying to find like a girl that I really vibe with. Like, you're cool. And guys will feed into this attention because we don't get a lot of attention. Like, women sleep with who they want. Men sleep with who they can. So most guys, if you give him attention, he's going to be like, I'll at least entertain it. I'm not getting a lot of these, so I'll at least entertain it. But apparently, honey, you didn't cut up. You weren't cut out for the gig. So he had to go ahead and fire you.
In your head, and because this wasn't something that was planned, we just kind of met and it naturally happened, you're scared of it and you're ruining a good thing because you're scared. And I asked him, I was like, do you think you're going to regret this? And he was like, I don't know. That's one of my biggest worries, but I feel like I wouldn't be overthinking it if it was right. And I'm like, we don't live in a Jennifer Aniston movie. Like, this isn't How I Met Your Mother.
This man he's got the game. He knows what he's doing.
Like, of course you're going to overthink it, especially if you are a self-proclaimed overthinker. You're going to overthink anything. Like, some of the best things that have happened in my life, I definitely overthought and potentially didn't do it. And I'm so glad I did it. Not that I'm like the best thing in his life, but I can't believe this is my first scenario with like the classic boy of like, I'm scared of commitment. I just like can't think of another person right now. I have stuff I have to work on myself. Like, bitch, you don't think I'm working on things on myself too?
Aww.
Like, I can still think about the people around me. And it was interesting. Like, I talked to my therapist and literally
Red flag. I talked to my therapist. Good Lord.
Love her so much. She goes, he needs space.
You should not love your therapist. Guys, therapy should last 6 months and then you should get out. The point of therapy is to be done with therapy. It's not to keep going. That's the problem, is that a lot of women think therapy is like, it's like a lifestyle. Therapy is a lifestyle. No, you go to therapy, you get over it, you move on with your life.
He should go fucking work for NASA. Ooh. I was like, yes. But
that's the thing. These therapists will get in here and gas up these women because why would it be in a best interest to keep you? Why would it be in a therapist's best interest to keep you coming back? Because you're paying them. Duh. If I was a therapist, I want to keep you crazy. I want you coming back. So you need my help. Therapists don't want to actually help you solve the problem. They want you to stay sick so you can keep coming back. It's just like the trifecta of the food industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and the health industry, right? The food gets you sick, then you get on pharmaceuticals, then the pharmaceuticals keep you in the hospital, right? The food gets you sick, pharmaceuticals, hospital. Food gets you, it's just a trifecta. That's why the Illuminati's like that. It's crazy to me, dude.
So many very supportive things to say about me and about, the situation with him. And it's hard because like I met all his friends and I really liked them. And from what he says and what they said to me, they seemed to really like me. And like, it's hard. As frustrated as I am with him, it feels a little self-sabotagey on his part, which makes me so sad for him.
God, he played
and this is
so
a really long video, but
yeah, it is, honey. Get to the point. You don't even know what the point is.
I don't know what to do. I mean, there's nothing to do. Like,
here's what you do. Cry river, build a bridge, and get over it. It's over. The relationship is over. This is why I say you always got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Know when to invest in the relationship and know when not to invest in a relationship. Because the thing is, he's clearly giving you the signs that he doesn't want to focus on you, so move on. Stop trying to make something happen that doesn't happen. This is why I say, women, stop falling in love with the potential of a man when he's telling you his intentions. If he's sitting here telling you, I don't want a relationship, I want to focus on myself, I'm not looking for commitment, and you still fly out there, let him realign your spine, and then you're like, well, why don't you want commitment? Baby girl, he told you from the jump he didn't want commitment.
Stupid.
Like, come on. He told you that that's not what he wanted. But you still went out there in the hopes. This is why a lot of these women, it's like Captain Save a Dude. It's the opposite of Captain Save a 304. Because, like, they go out there thinking they can change these men. These men aren't going to change for you. You live halfway across the country. What are you going to do? Be out there for a couple of days and you think that you're going to fall in love and it's going to be some Jennifer Gardner movie like you mentioned or Jennifer Aniston movie where it's like, oh, my God, and we just clicked and it was like two Legos going together and we're just sitting like, stop. Come on. Stop. Life doesn't work like that. If you were really up to snuff with this man, he would have said, yo, I would love to fly you out. Please, fly. I'll fly you out. But clearly you weren't on a level of his that he wanted to take you serious. And then when he met you, he was like, she's cool, but I got other prospects here. So he nexted you. Take the L. Take this L. Take the L. It's over. It's a wrap. You're done. Take the L. A lot us men though, we understand this. Like if a girl doesn't reciprocate that energy pretty quickly, we're like, all right, we're done. Unless you're a guy that's in the friend zone, stop getting in the friend zone. Stop it. If a girl's not willing to be romantically, physically invested in you, and you want that, bro, leave. Run as fast as you can. Absolutely run as fast, because you're just going to waste your time. And I reacted to a video the other day that was like, this guy's been in the friend zone for 10 years. 10 years? Damn! Why so long? Why are you in the friend zone for that long? What a waste of time. You could have had a wife and kids. No, come on, dude. This is why we got to kill the simpidemic. We got to get rid of guys in the friend zone. Get men to understand their worth. Go chase the bag, and women will chase you. You go get some money, a woman will find you. And then learn how to vet these women correctly, and then you can have a flourishing relationship. I'm pro-marriage. A lot of these like men-only channels and I guess manosphere, red pill, whatever you want to call it, a lot of them are very like anti-marriage and anti-relationships. I'm not. I think we're better together, and together we're better. I think we're better as a family unit. I think the nuclear family is the best way to raise the next generation. That's what I think. I don't think single dads do the best job. I don't think single moms do the best job. I think a mother and a father in a loving home does the best job. So that's why I'm a proponent of marriage, and I'm a proponent of relationships. So now, if men want to go their own way and be single, cool, do your thing. If women want to do that, cool, go do your thing. But the thing is, you don't see men complaining online about being single. Men love it. Men aren't making TikToks, I'm just so alone and nobody likes me. I just can't. No, men are like, I'm alone and I love it. I've got my dog. I can go hunting when I want. I can do my own thing. I got no headaches, no yapping. Men love it. But women are the ones that are crying online. It's because women thrive off relationships. They thrive off of people. Women are more people-focused. Men are more things-focused. You can't make this stuff up. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.